Most tourists pay full price to stand in line at Gyeongbokgung Palace. Rent a hanbok instead, and you bypass the tour groups to walk through those 600-year-old gates for free. And that's just morning one. This itinerary steers you past Myeongdong's expensive street food traps, uncovers a hidden 1,200-year-old temple in Gangnam, and reveals the exact minute to reach Namsan Tower before the sunset rush ruins it. This is Seoul done right. Day 1. Palaces, Hanbok, and the historic heart. Base yourself in Myeongdong. It sits on Line 4 with Line 2's Eljiro Ilga Station only a 5-minute walk away, putting every neighborhood in this itinerary within 1 or 2 subway transfers. Our specific hotel pics are linked in the description. We're kicking things off at Hanbok Rental Shop near Gyeongbokgung Station, Line 3, Exit 4. Hanboknam opens at 9 a.m. with over 1,000 options. A hanbok is a traditional Korean formal wear from the Chosun era. 4-hour rentals include a locker and accessories. Here's why this matters. Wearing a full traditional hanbok gets you free entry to all 5 major palaces. While that technically saves you about 10,000 won or $7, the real win is bypassing the ticket lines entirely. Plus, the photos are incredible. You'll look significantly better than everyone in cargo shorts and sneakers. From the shop, walk south to Gwangjang Gate, the palace's grand entrance. Explore the throne hall and Gyeongho-ru Pavilion before anyone else shows up. Then plant yourself at the main gate plaza by 9:40 a.m. The Royal Guard changing ceremony kicks off at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. 20 minutes of drumming, flags, and elaborate Chosun-era costumes that make you feel like you've accidentally walked into a historical drama. The ceremony runs daily except Tuesdays. Insider tip: don't rush past the National Folk Museum on the palace's northeast grounds. It's free and has an outdoor Streets of Memories recreation of 1970s Korea that you simply can't experience anywhere else. After a few miles of palace grounds, head out through the west gate toward Tosokcheon Samgye-tang. Calling this place famous is an understatement. It's a grand traditional Hanok that serves the absolute best ginseng chicken soup in the city. Picture this: a whole young chicken stuffed with rice, ginseng, and garlic, simmered until it falls off the bone. Aim for before noon or after 1:30 to dodge the worst of the line. Return your hanbok by early afternoon, then make your way east into Bukchon Hanok Village. Traditional Korean houses here line narrow alleys that feel centuries removed from the subway stations below. Bukchonro Il-Il-gil is the famous photo spot where you'll see Namsan Tower framed beautifully between the rooftops. Keep in mind, people actually live here. Tourist visits are restricted to 10 a.m. through 5 p.m., and they enforce this with a hefty fine. Changdeokgung Palace is a short walk away. While Gyeongbokgung was for politics, this was for pleasure. It's the UNESCO site where the kings lived and relaxed. General admission is a steal, but the real prize is the secret garden. Limited to 100 visitors per session, there's a guided 90-minute walk through the private royal retreat. You're looking for the Buyongji Pond, a square lily pond with a pavilion dipping its feet into the water where the king would fish and write poetry. It is arguably the single most beautiful spot in Seoul. Book online through the Cultural Heritage Administration 6 days in advance at 10 a.m. KST as these slots fill up fast. Leave the royal gardens behind and head to the artisan alleys of Ikseon-dong, a 10-minute walk away. Find Samgye-gil, a 4-story outdoor complex with no stairs, just one continuous spiral ramp that drifts you past 70 artisan shops. This is where you tell yourself, I'm only browsing, and leave with 3 bags of handmade ceramics. Walk east to Ikseon-dong, the capital's oldest Hanok village. Winding through a tight maze of 1920s houses, you'll find the city's trendiest dinner spots. Narrow alleys, dim lights, and an electric energy make every step feel alive. We're eating at Bangida. The vibe is modern and the food matches. Order the premium fusion set, specifically the spicy marinated pork with creamy risotto or the scallops. It balances the heat of traditional Korean spices with polished plating, making it a striking contrast to the rustic soup you had for lunch. For dessert, find the stone path floating over a lantern-lit pond. That's Jeongsu-dang. The soufflé castella cakes here are steaming, fluffy, and baked to order. If this level of logistical planning is saving you research time, hit subscribe so you don't lose this resource for your next trip. If you're watching on the big screen, scan the QR code right here to send this itinerary straight to your phone. Day 2. War, Art, and the Soul of the City. We're moving from the palaces to the places that actually shaped modern Korea. Jump on line 4 or 6 to Samgakji Station, exit 12, to start at the War Memorial of Korea. Most guides bury this at the very end of the trip, but we're doing it first thing while your brain is fresh. Spanning roughly the size of 12 football fields, this place is vast, so don't wander aimlessly. Make a beeline for the Statue of Brothers. It depicts a South Korean officer embracing his North Korean soldier brother, explaining the tragedy of this peninsula better than any textbook can. Walk inside the dome underneath the statue to see the mosaic wall painting in a quiet, enclosed space that feels completely different from the open plaza. Walk through the outdoor exhibition to find the PKM Chamsuri 357, the actual patrol boat from the class involved in the 2002 Second Battle of Yeongbokgung, preserved with visible red painted bullet holes in the hull. You're probably hungry, but skip the museum cafeteria and make your way 10 minutes south at Ogyeonnae, Galbi, by Yongsan Station. This Michelin bib gourmand spot does one thing and does it brilliantly: Galbi. It's spicy stir-fried chicken, cabbage, and sweet potato sizzling on a huge iron skillet right at your table. The place is loud, smells amazing, and you will absolutely smell like spicy garlic for the rest of the afternoon. Just accept it as a souvenir. Once fueled up, get back on line 4 south to Icheon Station. A moving walkway connects you straight to the National Museum of Korea. Don't try to see everything, you'll burn out. Bypass the crowds and find the pensive Bodhisattva statues on the second floor, displayed in a room designed for silence with lighting specifically engineered to help you slow down. When evening hits, shift gears and aim for Itaewon. Historically, this expat district has evolved into the city's culinary center. Maple Treehouse handles the meat here. Order the Jeju black pork belly. It comes from a specific breed raised on Jeju Island with a marbled steak-like texture you won't find in standard pork. Wrap up the night at Banpo Bridge Park Express Bus Terminal Station. Lines 3, 7, or 9 exit 8 to 1. Here, you can experience chimaek, the sacred combination of chicken and maekju beer. Order fried chicken using the delivery service flyers posted around the park, grab a cold beer from the convenience store, and claim a spot on the grass. From April through October, the Banpo Bridge Rainbow Fountain runs multiple shows nightly starting at 7:30 p.m. It's the world's longest bridge fountain. 200 tons of water per minute. Dance to music while you're holding a fried chicken drumstick. You won't forget it. Day 3. Warehouse cafes, sky-high views, and Gangnam glamour. Everything today runs along line 2, the Green Circle line, so 0 transfers are needed. We're seeing industrial chic coffee, Korea's tallest building, and a side of the capital that most guidebooks pretend doesn't exist. Take the subway to Seongsu Station, exit 2. This former shoe factory district has pulled off one of the most impressive neighborhood reinventions around. Converted warehouses now host Chanel pop-ups next to indie boutiques. Cafe Onion Seongsu is the anchor, a raw 1970s metal factory turned into arguably the most famous cafe in the country. Pastries rotate every 30 minutes, but the Pandoro is the one to try. It might completely ruin your diet, and you won't even care. 5 stops east brings you to Jamshil Station. Follow the signs to Lotte World Mall and the Seoul Sky Observatory. The elevator alone justifies showing up with 60 seconds of immersive video as you rocket to the 117th floor. The glass floor sky deck on floor 118 holds a Guinness record. Look straight down at the city, now suddenly very far away. Thrilling or terrifying, depends on your relationship with heights. A proper lunch has been well earned. Head up to the 5th floor of Lotte World Mall to Oreno Ramen. They serve a rich, frothy Tori Python chicken broth that earned the original location a Michelin bib gourmand nod. It is creamy, comforting, and precisely the fuel you need. Ride 3 stops west to Samsung Station and go straight to the Starfield Library inside COEX Mall. If you've seen those massive bookshelf photos on Instagram, this is that library. It is as impressive as it looks, but it's also crowded. Insider tip: don't stand on the ground floor fighting for a photo. Get the famous escalator shot by riding between the basement and the first floor to capture the 13-meter bookshelves. For a splurge dinner, Samwon Garden, a short taxi ride away, has been grilling premium Hanwoo beef Galbi since 1976 in elegant surroundings. Keeping it sensible, the COEX Mall B1 food court does excellent Korean meals without the ceremony. Following dinner, escape the mall and walk to the real gem most tourists ignore: Bongeunsa Temple across the street. We moved this to the evening for a reason. Visiting this 1,200-year-old Buddhist temple at night changes the entire experience. The glowing paper lanterns and illuminated temple structures sit in surreal contrast against the towering, neon-lit Gangnam skyscrapers directly behind them. Standing beneath the 23-meter Maitreya Buddha is striking, free to visit, and offers the kind of calm that feels earned after a full day. Rest up, because tomorrow we are traveling to the edge of North Korea, followed by the most chaotic, exceptional street food market in the country. Day 4, the DMZ markets and Korean barbecue. Today is the day that separates a trip from an experience. The DMZ can't be visited independently, guided tour only. You have two options here. You can book a full-day tour, but you will most likely miss out on the incredible afternoon street food we have planned for you next. Instead, we recommend booking the half-day tour so you still get the full border experience, but still make it back to Seoul with a massive appetite. Insider tip: the Joint Security Area, JSA, has been closed to tourists since mid-2023, with only partial reopening so far, but you will still enter the third infiltration tunnel. It's steep, damp, and requires a hard hat, so if you're claustrophobic, sit this one out. Otherwise, descending into a secret invasion tunnel is an adrenaline rush you won't forget. Later at Dora Observatory, you can look through binoculars directly into North Korea. Back in the city, the mood shifts entirely. Take the subway to Namdaemun Market, Hwaehyun Station, Korea's largest traditional market. Specifically, you are looking for Kalguksu Alley. Push through the plastic flaps into this narrow, steamy corridor where you will sit shoulder to shoulder with locals. Don't stress about picking the famous stall. They all serve essentially the same fantastic set menu. For about $6, you get a trio of handmade knife-cut noodles, galguksu, spicy cold noodles, and barley bibimbap. Bring cash. Most vendors look at credit cards the way you'd look at a fax machine. For the main event, travel north to Gwangjang Market, Jungno Oga Station. Dining here isn't a polite experience. Loud, crowded, and utterly unforgettable. Start with bindaetak, crispy mung bean pancakes fried right in front of you. Then pick up some mayak gimbap, tiny rice rolls so addictive they had to name them after narcotics. Always check the posted menu prices before ordering and confirm costs verbally. The vast majority of vendors are honest, but a quick check keeps everything smooth. If you somehow still have room, the dinner move tonight is thematically fitting. Navigate over to Woo Lae Oak, near Yuljiro Saga. This Michelin-bib gourmand restaurant has served Pyongyang-style naengmyeon, ice-cold buckwheat noodles and chilled beef broth since 1946, the year after Korea's division. Their broth is famously richer and beefier than typical versions, making it the perfect introduction to the dish. Eating North Korean cuisine on the same day you've stood at the border adds a layer to this meal. Day 5, Hongdae Energy, K-Beauty, and the Namsan Tower sunset. Last day starts loud, ends high, and we've structured this so everything flows west to east with minimal backtracking. Take the subway to Hanok University Station, Line 2. The capital's university district runs on pure creative energy. Walk down Oulma-dong-ro, often called the Red Road, which is the heart of the indie fashion and busking scene. While you are here, duck into one of the dozens of self-photo studios like Photo Signature. Grabbing a quick, chaotic strip of photos with silly props is practically a mandatory Korean souvenir. For brunch, walk towards Exit 3 into Yeonnam-dong. Follow the Gyeonggi Line Forest Park, an old railway track transformed into a vibrant green walking path directly to grain. Their Nordic breakfast tray is intensely popular with locals, which tells you everything you need to know about the quality. Next, take the subway to Yeouido Station, Exit 3, then follow the underground moving walkway directly into the mall for the Hongdae Seoul, a zen retreat that just happens to sell designer clothes. The space is the size of 13 football fields and was designed with actual nature inside. Skip the standard retail floors and go straight to the 5th floor to find the Sound Forest, a sprawling sunlit indoor botanical garden, or enjoy a coffee next to the 12-meter indoor waterfall. By late afternoon, navigate over to Myeongdong Station Exit 6. Your target is the Olive Young flagship store, the undisputed headquarters of K-Beauty. Insider tip: do not wait in the long regular checkout line. Bring your passport and go directly up to the 2nd floor for the dedicated instant tax-free checkout counter. You will likely walk in for a single lip balm and emerge an hour later with a 10-step snail mucin routine. But that's part of the experience. As golden hour approaches, walk uphill from Myeongdong to the Namsan cable car station. Sunset up at the tower is legendary, which means the cable car queue can stretch up to 2 hours. To beat the chaos, arrive a full 90 minutes before sunset. This ensures you get up the mountain with enough time to watch the sky change colors and the city grid light up below you. And Seoul Tower Observatory sits 480 meters above sea level. Remember, Bukchon Village on day 1, standing in those quiet alleys looking up at this tower? Now you are here, and the entire story of your trip is spread out below you. For your final meal, we aren't cutting corners. Walk back down into Myeongdong to Wongbijib for the farewell dinner. After saving money on street food all week, tonight you are investing in 1++ Hanwoo beef. Hanwoo is Korea's highly prized domestic beef, offering a beefier flavor profile than Japanese Wagyu, and it is rarely exported. Let the staff grill it for you on the charcoal. They know precisely when it hits that perfect melt-in-your-mouth texture. In 5 days, you lived Seoul. Palace gates in Hanbok, legendary food, the DMZ, glowing temples, Korean cool, and a skyline view. Every moment packed with history, flavor, and adventure. Planning more of Asia? Our Asia Itineraries playlist is loaded with guides like this one to help you travel smarter. We've also dropped links to all our preferred tours and hotels in the description below. As the Koreans say, starting is half the journey. You just finished yours. See you in the next one.